Welcome back, vintage lovers. You're watching Deco Diva, your go-to channel for timeless home decor inspiration. If you're dreaming of an elegant home filled with charm and soul, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into curated and classic, vintage decorating ideas for an elegant home full of character. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and leave us a comment with your favorite vintage find. Your support helps us bring more vintage magic to your screen every week. Whether you're decorating a cozy cottage or refining a city apartment, these vintage ideas will help you create a space that feels both nostalgic and refined. Let's get started. Every vintage-inspired space needs a few anchor items that spark conversation. Think, a velvet tufted sofa, an antique armoire, or a retro credenza. These statement pieces lay the foundation for your vintage aesthetic. When shopping for statement furniture, focus on quality craftsmanship. Solid wood, dovetail joints, and original finishes are signs of a well-made piece that will stand the test of time. Don't be afraid to mix eras. Pair a Victorian chair with a mid-century table for a layered look that tells your unique story. Vintage charm often lies in imperfection. Scuffs, faded paint, and worn fabrics add depth and history to a home. Instead of refinishing everything, let some pieces show their age. A slightly distressed dresser or a mirror with fox glass brings character that brand new items can't match. Highlighting age doesn't mean neglect, it means honoring the journey of your decor. Embrace the beauty in what's been loved over time. Antique mirrors are a stunning way to add elegance and reflect light. Gilded frames, beveled edges, and vintage shapes bring instant sophistication to any room. Hang a large mirror over a mantel or layer smaller ones on a gallery wall. They'll enhance the space while staying true to the vintage theme. If you can't find an authentic antique, look for reproductions with distressed finishes for a similar effect. One hallmark of vintage decor is the creative use of textiles. Layering curtains, rugs, and throw pillows in various textures creates a cozy, curated vibe. Don't shy away from floral prints, faded chintz, or ticking stripes. These classic patterns evoke a sense of nostalgia and warmth. Try mixing old and new fabrics. Combine a vintage lace tablecloth with modern linen napkins for that perfectly imperfect charm. Gallery walls are perfect for showing off vintage art, portraits, and quirky finds. They're also a great way to tell your home's story. Use a mix of frames, ornate gold, rustic wood, or painted finishes, for a collected over time look. Don't just stick to artwork. Add mirrors, small shelves, or even antique plates to add dimension and character. Lighting sets the mood, and vintage lighting tells a story. Look for crystal chandeliers, brass sconces, or mid-century floor lamps. Antique lighting fixtures often feature detailed craftsmanship you just can't find in modern pieces. If wiring is outdated, consult an expert to safely rewire old lamps and fixtures. It's worth it to bring their charm back to life. Showcasing vintage collections is a beautiful way to personalize your space. Whether it's teacups, postcards, or antique keys, collections add character. Curate thoughtfully. Group items by color, material, or theme. This keeps your display from feeling cluttered. Use glass cabinets, open shelves, or even old printers' trays to show off your treasures while protecting them from dust. Nothing warms a vintage room like well-loved books. Leather-bound classics, faded paperbacks, and vintage cookbooks all bring depth to your decor. Stack them on coffee tables, line them up in old bookcases, or use them to add height to vignettes. Don't worry about perfection, mismatched colors and worn spines only add to their charm. Rug layering is a fantastic way to add texture and comfort while showing off beautiful vintage pieces. Try placing a smaller Persian rug over a larger jute or sisal base. This frames the vintage rug and gives it center stage. Layering rugs also allows you to mix eras and patterns, enhancing the eclectic vibe of a vintage-inspired home. Give old items new life by repurposing them creatively. A vintage suitcase becomes a side table. An old ladder becomes a towel rack. This approach not only reduces waste but adds one-of-a-kind charm to your home. Look at each piece for what it could be, not just what it was. That's the essence of vintage decorating. Kitchens are prime spots for vintage inspiration. Display enamelware, milk glass, or copper pans for a functional yet nostalgic look. Hang vintage utensils on hooks, or use open shelving to showcase dishware. These items tell stories of meals shared and traditions passed down. Mix with modern appliances to keep the space functional without sacrificing style. Vintage-style wallpaper brings pattern and personality to a space. Look for floral, damask, or toile prints in muted or retro tones. Try papering a single accent wall, a powder room, or the back of a bookcase to add subtle elegance without overwhelming the room. Peel and stick options make it easy to experiment before committing. Don't be afraid to go bold, it pays off. Color sets the tone for your vintage space. Stick to classic hues like soft sage, warm ivory, dusty rose, or navy blue for a timeless look. Consider using a muted palette as a backdrop and accenting with pops of color through accessories or artwork. Avoid overly trendy colors. Vintage style is about longevity and charm. Vintage decor loves softness. Add lace table runners, embroidered pillowcases, and crocheted throws to bring warmth and romance. Mix heavy materials like wood or leather with light fabrics to balance the look. Use linen curtains or vintage napkins to add subtle texture and an old-world touch. The best vintage homes feel collected, not cluttered. Be intentional about what you bring in. Each piece should serve a purpose or spark joy. Visit estate sales, antique markets, and thrift stores with an open mind. Sometimes the best finds are the ones you weren't looking for. Take your time building your collection. A truly curated home is one that evolves over years, not weeks. Thank you so much for joining us today on Deco Diva. We hope these 17 vintage decorating ideas inspired you to create an elegant home full of character and charm. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment sharing your favorite vintage piece or idea. We love hearing from our community. Stay tuned for more vintage home tours, styling tips, and DIY inspiration. Until next time, stay classic, stay curated, and stay inspired.